Hi, Greg here. For this video, I'm going to be taking a look at a LEGO Star Wars polybag that I picked up. This is set 30244, Anakin's Jedi Interceptor. It's 45 pieces, and I picked this up from Toys R Us for $3.99. I originally saw this set online, and when I saw it, I thought, I have to have that. I love what these sets offer, these little poly bags, only being 45 pieces. I know the price isn't that great, being that it's $3.99, but that you get a nice build out of it is what means a lot to me. For $4, I can bring this bag home, build what's in here, and it offers a lot of cool little unique pieces, and I think that's just awesome. So I'm going to open this bag up, we're going to build this, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Here's my favorite part. Right here, just dumping this out. So much fun. Love seeing all the pieces that come out of there. And then the first thing we got, oh, there's some more pieces that came out. We got the manual. I think it looks pretty awesome on there. We'll see how it looks in real life when we build it. Open this thing up, see how many steps we're looking at. There we got 7, and then there's another smaller build over there. There's an 8, and then there's the small build, and following 9, and then another one on the back, and then 10. It looks like a lot of this is just going to be symmetrical builds because it has a double-sided wing like that. But I'm going to start building this thing. We got all of our pieces there, so let's crank this thing out and we'll check it out and see what it looks like. Here's the completed Jedi Interceptor. I have it set up just like they have the wings on the front of the bag. They kind of turn down a little bit, and then they use these flag pieces on the side to kind of wrap around the wings. That was one of the things after looking at this that I noticed the most was, look how green the bag is. Where the green pieces are, you see how that's more like a normal Lego green, but then when you look at the finished build, it's more of like a hunter green or a dark green, which I think works okay, but I kind of like the brighter green a little more. This turned out to be a 43-piece build with 2 pieces left over. It had one of these light blue tile circular pieces and then a other blue piece, which I'll just kind of set aside. I guess that's in case you lose them. But we'll take a closer look at the build itself. As I mentioned before, I moved the wings and moved them down a little bit. As you can see, they kind of, you can bend them any which way and make it look however you want, but I think it does look best when they're down. That's how it's posed on the front. And then what I mentioned about these flag pieces as they move in, you can move those as well to kind of face them out, however you want it to look, but I kind of think it looks best with them moved in a little bit and turned in. As I mentioned before, for a $4 build, this thing worked out pretty well. It took me just a few minutes to put together, so in terms of time spent versus dollars spent, it's not a great value in that regard, but I think for a little micro scale build, which is what I believe this to be, I think it's pretty nice. It did give me some extra pieces for the collection, some pieces that I may not already have or I could just add on. These I don't really have too many of, and then just anything that you can add to your collection. You never know when you might need it. I did some research and I looked at the full-size Jedi Interceptor from LEGO, the one that originally came out that was completely huge and had minifigs and everything with it, and I actually like this microscale one better. I'm kind of glad about that because this one's a lot cheaper, but I think this has a better look to it, and I think they did a really good job designing it. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it really did come down to just building the wings. The centerpiece took like 1 step and it was done, and then the wings were kind of multiplied. You did the same thing on both sides with the exception of this blue piece, which isn't on this side for some reason. I kind of had to look twice to make sure I didn't miss that. But it was kind of repetitive, but the wings did turn out really nicely, and I think this thing has just an awesome look to it. It looks kind of aggressive, and I think it looks good from all angles. I think this will look really nice on my shelf. For $4, well worth it. So if you're on the fence about picking this up, I would buy this one before I bought the full-size one. Save yourself some money, add a couple pieces to your collection, spend a couple minutes building something fun, and you could always make something out of this. I was kind of looking at it because, you know, I'm kind of into that zone where I build something and I'm like, oh, what can I build out of that? I do a lot of mocks here. But this one, man, it's tough. Those, with the pieces that they've included, they're not very standard. So I think this will probably just be the only thing that I build out of this. So thank you for watching, and I will have plenty more videos up here soon.